Last winter, I met a man named Robert. He was 72 years old, and his blood pressure would not come down. Every morning, he checked his numbers, and every night, he hoped they would improve, but they stayed high. He looked at me and said, "Doctor, I am doing everything right. So what am I missing?" That question is more common than you think, because after 60, it is not just about salt or stress. Your blood vessels become stiffer, and silent inflammation begins to build inside your arteries. You do not feel it, but it slowly raises your blood pressure day after day. And here is what most people never hear. What you eat every day is either helping your arteries relax or making them tighter. Not complicated diets, not expensive treatments, just simple choices at your kitchen table. In this video, I will show you 5 easy ways seniors can use food to lower blood pressure, support healthy arteries, and reduce the risk of heart attack. You can start tonight. Before we begin, I would love to hear from you. Where are you watching this video from? And what time is it for you right now? Please leave a comment below. I would truly love to hear your thoughts. Let us start with the first and most important step: reducing excess salt to lower your blood pressure. This is one of the most common reasons blood pressure stays high, even when you feel like you are doing everything right. When you eat too much sodium, your body holds on to extra water. That extra fluid increases the pressure inside your blood vessels, almost like turning a garden hose to full force. Over time, your heart has to work harder just to push blood through. I remember a patient named Linda. She was 68, and she told me she never added salt to her meals. She truly believed she was eating low sodium. But when we looked closer, most of her food came from canned soups and deli meats, both packed with hidden sodium. Once she began cutting those out and switching to fresh foods, her blood pressure started to come down within just a few weeks. Here is the key idea. Most of the sodium you eat does not come from the salt shaker. It comes from processed and packaged foods. Things like bacon, sausage, deli turkey, frozen dinners, and fast food often contain far more sodium than you realize. According to the DASH diet, which stands for Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension, and is a proven plan recommended by heart experts, you should aim for no more than 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day. That is about 1 teaspoon of salt in total. For even better results, many experts recommend getting closer to 1,500 milligrams. So what can you do starting today? Choose fresh foods whenever possible, like fresh chicken, fish, vegetables, and fruit. When you cook at home, try not adding salt during cooking. Instead, use black pepper, garlic, herbs, or a squeeze of lemon to bring out natural flavor. At first, food may taste a little bland. That is normal, but your taste buds adjust quickly. And once they do, you may find that simple food tastes better than ever, while your blood pressure slowly begins to improve. Do not go anywhere, because in the next 30 seconds, I will show you a second simple method to lower your blood pressure that most people have never been told. Let us move to the second way: adding more potassium to help lower your blood pressure. I often explain it like a seesaw inside your body. On one side is sodium, which raises blood pressure by holding on to fluid and tightening your blood vessels. On the other side is potassium, which helps bring everything back into balance. When potassium goes up, it gently pushes blood pressure down. So how does potassium actually work? First, it helps your body remove excess sodium through your urine. Think of it as a natural release valve. It clears out the extra salt that is putting pressure on your system. Second, potassium sends signals to your blood vessel walls, helping them relax and open up. This allows blood to flow more easily and reduces strain on your heart. I remember a patient named George. He was 70, and his diet was heavy in processed foods with very little fresh produce. We did not change everything at once. We simply added a banana in the morning and a baked sweet potato a few times a week. Within a few weeks, his blood pressure readings became more stable, and he told me he felt more energetic. The good news is you do not need expensive supplements. Potassium is found in simple, everyday foods that are likely already in your kitchen. A medium banana in the morning is a great start. But if you really want to maximize your heart health, look at the humble baked sweet potato. Here is a simple trick most people miss: keep the skin on. That is where most of the potassium lives, and it provides the extra fiber your heart needs. Beyond potatoes and bananas, citrus fruits like oranges and grapefruit, as well as apricots, are also helpful. And do not forget dark leafy greens like spinach, which are packed with nutrients your heart loves. But I want to pause here for an important medical note, especially for older adults. Potassium is powerful, but it is not for everyone. If you have kidney disease, your body may not be able to remove excess potassium properly. Certain blood pressure medications can also cause potassium to build up in your system. Too much potassium can lead to symptoms like weakness, nausea, or even dangerous heart rhythm problems. So here is my advice. Enjoy potassium-rich foods, but never take supplements or salt substitutes without your doctor's okay. At your next checkup, ask about your kidney function. Because if your kidneys aren't balanced, your blood pressure will stay high no matter what you eat. Knowing what is safe for your body is the fastest way to finally see those numbers drop and protect your heart. Now let us focus on one simple food that can help lower your blood pressure: salmon. Salmon is not just a healthy choice. It is one of the best foods to support your blood vessels and help lower blood pressure naturally. It is rich in magnesium, calcium, potassium, and healthy fats that help your arteries relax and improve blood flow. Think of these as a team. Magnesium and calcium work together to help your blood vessels contract and relax properly, while potassium flushes out excess salt. When you eat salmon, you are giving your arteries exactly what they need to stay flexible. I remember a patient named John. He was 70 and struggled to keep his blood pressure under control. We made one small change. He started eating salmon twice a week instead of processed meats. Within a few weeks, his readings became more stable, and he told me he felt lighter and less tired. Here is how you can use it starting this week. Aim for about 3 to 4 ounces of salmon, about the size of your palm, 2 times per week. You can bake it, grill it, or lightly pan cook it. Try not to fry it, and avoid heavy sauces that add too much salt. Keep it simple. A little olive oil, black pepper, and a squeeze of fresh lemon is enough. This keeps the nutrients intact and avoids adding extra sodium. And if fresh salmon is not always available, canned salmon is also a good option. Just choose low-sodium versions when possible. Sometimes, one small change, like adding salmon to your weekly routine, can quietly support your blood pressure more than you expect. Now I want to show you something I often call a quiet but powerful tool for lowering blood pressure. And you can find it right in the produce section. It is foods rich in natural nitrates and fiber. And one of the best examples is beets. Beets may look simple, but what they do inside your body is remarkable. Think of your blood vessels like a busy road. When your blood pressure is high, that road becomes narrow and crowded. Blood has a harder time moving through, and your heart has to work much harder. What you need is a way to open that road and ease the flow. This is where beets come in. Beets are rich in natural nitrates. When you eat them, your body converts these nitrates into a compound called nitric oxide. This compound sends a signal to your blood vessels to relax and widen. As your vessels open up, blood can move more freely, and the pressure inside them begins to come down in a gentle, natural way. I remember a patient named Carol. She was 69 and always struggled with slightly elevated blood pressure. Especially in the evenings, she did not want to add more medication. So we made one small change. She started adding beets to her meals a few times a week. Sometimes roasted, sometimes in a simple salad. After a few weeks, she noticed her evening readings were lower, and she told me she felt calmer and less tense. Beets also contain a good amount of fiber, and that matters more than most people realize. Fiber helps your body remove excess sodium and maintain a healthy fluid balance. So while nitrates help your blood vessels relax, fiber helps clean up what is putting pressure on your system in the first place. Here is how you can use beets starting this week. Try adding about half a cup of cooked beets to your meal, 3 to 4 times per week. You can roast them in the oven, boil them, or slice them into a salad. Keep it simple. A little olive oil and a squeeze of lemon is enough to bring out their natural sweetness. Sometimes the most powerful changes are not complicated. Something as simple as adding beets to your plate can quietly support your blood pressure and help your heart work with less effort. Now let us talk about something simple, sweet, and surprisingly powerful for your blood pressure: berries. I know that at any age. We all crave something sweet from time to time, especially in the afternoon or after dinner, and that is completely normal. But the problem is what most people reach for. Cookies, candy, or sugary desserts can cause a quick spike in blood sugar. That spike leads to a surge in insulin, which can tighten your blood vessels and raise your blood pressure almost immediately. Blueberries and strawberries, in particular, are some of the best foods you can eat to support healthy blood pressure. And the real power is not just in the fruit itself, but in their deep color. That rich blue or bright red skin contains natural compounds called antioxidants, especially one group known as anthocyanins. Think of inflammation in your blood vessels like a slow-burning fire. Over time, it damages the walls of your arteries and makes them stiff and narrow. Anthocyanins act like firefighters. They help calm that inflammation, protect your blood vessels, and restore their flexibility. And when your vessels are more relaxed, your blood pressure can come down more easily. I remember a patient named Mary. She was 67 and had a habit of reaching for cookies every afternoon. We made one simple change. She kept a small bowl of blueberries in her refrigerator and reached for those instead. Within a few weeks, she noticed her cravings were easier to control, and her blood pressure readings became more stable. Here is how you can start. Keep a container of berries in your fridge where you can see them. When you feel like snacking, grab a small handful instead of something sugary. You can also add them to plain low-fat yogurt for an easy and heart-healthy treat. And here is a helpful tip. Frozen berries are just as good as fresh ones. They are often more affordable and still packed with the same nutrients. Just make sure they say no added sugar. Sometimes, something as simple as a handful of berries can quietly protect your heart more than you expect. Now I want to share one of the simplest but most effective habits to lower your blood pressure. Eat your vegetables first at every meal. Let me ask you something. When you sit down for dinner, what do you usually reach for first? Is it the bread, the rice, or maybe a piece of meat? If you are like most people, vegetables are not your first choice. But this small change can directly impact your blood pressure. When you eat vegetables first, the fiber begins working immediately. It forms a natural barrier in your stomach that slows down how quickly sugar from the rest of your meal enters your bloodstream. And here is why that matters for your blood pressure. When blood sugar rises too quickly, your body releases a surge of insulin. That insulin causes your blood vessels to tighten. And when your blood vessels tighten, your blood pressure goes up right away, even if you do not feel it. So every time you change the order of your meal, you are actually helping prevent that spike. You are helping your blood vessels stay relaxed. And that means lower pressure on your arteries. Here is how you can start tonight. When your plate is in front of you, eat your vegetables first. Finish them before anything else. Then move to your protein and leave the rice or bread for last. You are not removing food. You are simply lowering the pressure inside your blood vessels with a smarter eating order. Sometimes, one small habit at the dinner table can make a real difference in your blood pressure. Before we finish, let us quickly go over what we talked about. We have covered several simple changes today, but they all lead to the same goal: helping your blood pressure come down and giving your heart a little relief. Reducing excess salt, adding more potassium, choosing foods rich in calcium and magnesium, using natural foods like beets and berries, and even something as simple as eating your vegetables first. These are not complicated steps. They are small daily choices that can quietly support your blood vessels and improve your health over time. You do not have to do everything at once. Just choose one change to start with tonight. Stay consistent and let your body respond. Your blood vessels are more responsive than you think. Now, I would love to hear from you. Which one of these will you try first? Have you already tried any of these before? Please leave a comment below and share your experience. And if this video was helpful, consider sharing it with someone you care about. It might make a real difference in their life. Take care of your heart. It has been taking care of you every single day.